Hello friend, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I will discuss about the British period of India in just 25 minutes. Starting from East India Company, then the British Raj, our freedom struggle and finally the independence. So watch the video till the end. Let's start. Before British rule, the undivided India looked like this. Then East India Company at 1680 first came to India. The company representative Thomas Roe signed a treaty with then Mughal Emperor Jahangir to conduct trade in the eastern and western India. As per treaty, they first set up their factory in Masulipatna, Visakhapatnam in 1611 and second at Surat in 1613 and third one at Chennai. After that, they built two factories at Hooghly, West Bengal and continuously setting up factories one after another. The company knew that to conduct smooth trade, they had to get rid of the Nawabs of Bengal. Thus, the first British war, Battle of Plassey, conducted on 1757 between the Army General of East India Company Robert Clive and the last Nawab of Free Bengal, Siraj-ud-Dowla. Siraj-ud-Dowla was killed and subsequently company rule started in Bengal. They formed dual government, means a puppet Nawab will run the government in favor of East India Company and collected tax for them. The company also established Fort William military headquarters at Calcutta. Then they captured other parts of East India like Bihar, parts of Odisha and called the total province as Bengal province. At that time, the company appointed their first Governor General of Bengal, Warren Hastings, on 1773, whose function was to extend the territory of East India Company in India. He brought two acts. First is Regulation Act 1773 and tried to convert Calcutta, Madras and Bombay as a presidency state, and second one is Pitt's India Act 1784, through which the company will be responsible for commercial function and the King of Britain will be responsible for political affairs. Means through this Pitt's India Act, India became a department of England. Warren Hastings first attacked the Sultan of Mysore, Hyder Ali, in the first Anglo-Mysore War 1767 and followed by his successor Wellesley with the help of Nizam of Hyderabad and Maratha attacked famous Tipu Sultan, the last Sultan of Mysore, in the Battle of Seringapatam at 1799. Tipu Sultan was killed and company captured the Madras and Mysore province. Then the first Anglo-Maratha war conducted between Warren Hastings and Peshwa Madhavrao at 1775, followed by the second and third and final Anglo-Maratha war at 1817 between the Rawdon Hastings and famous Peshwa Bajirao II. The Peshwa Bajirao II was defeated and the company captured the Bombay province. Now, the Governor General of Bengal was Cornwallis. He brought a crucial act, Permanent Settlement Act of Bengal, means regular collection of tax before sunset from the zamindars of Bengal, and formed revenue, judicial and commercial branch in government. So revenue collection from Zamindars of Bengal, and Zamindars was then on Bengal, Bihar and Odisha, and similarly Rayatwari system was in Bombay and Madras, and fully converted Calcutta, Bombay and Madras into a presidency state. At that time, the East India Company was ruling most of the part of India directly or indirectly. Then William Bentinck was appointed as the first Governor General of India, and he was the person who abolished the sati practiced in Bengal at 1829 with the advice of Raja Ram Mohan Roy. After Bentinck, Charles Metcalfe was appointed as Governor General of India, and he was known to give entire liberty to the press of India, and that's why he was famously called as the liberator of Indian press. The company continued capturing other provinces in India and finally reached and captured Jammu Kashmir through the first Anglo-Sikh War 1845, but immediately signed a treaty and handed over Jammu and Kashmir to the Dogra dynasty and freed it. Then company captured Punjab province through the second Anglo-Sikh War 1848 and followed by the Northwest province and other adjacent province. Then the Lord Dalhousie came as the Governor General of India. He was the pioneer person behind the foundation of Indian Railway, Telegraph and PW Department. Also imposed Doctrine of Lapse Act in India, means if a ruler has no legal heirs after his death, the company will take over the charge of his kingdom. The East India Company continued to extend their jurisdiction territory. They captured Assam through the Anglo-Burmese War, and thus almost all the provinces are directly or indirectly ruled by the East Indian Company. Lord Canning came as the last Governor General of India in the year 1856, just before the Sepoy Mutiny 1857. He brought Hindu Widows Remarriage Act 1856 with the advice of our hero Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. This is the East India Company rule map at 1857. The red color provinces are directly ruled by the East India Company, and the white color province like Jammu Kashmir, Hyderabad, Rajputana are ruled by the prince. Thus, these provinces are also called princely state. The monopoly rule of East India Company are growing day by day, along with their torture and tyranny towards the Indian citizen. The growing anger against the company resulted in Indian Rebellion of 1857. The rebel was started with Sepoy Mutiny 1857. The reason behind it was introduction of new Enfield P53 rifle bullet cartridge, which was greased with animal fat of cows and pigs, which are considered holy animal by Hindus and Muslims respectively. The cartridge had to be beaten at one end before use. Sepoy Mutiny started by native infantry personnel Mongol Pandey, but he was killed by the British police. Soon, the revolt spreaded across the country with different reasons. The center of revolt, Delhi, was led by Bahadur Shah II, the last Mughal emperor of India, with an object to overthrow the rule of East India Company. Revolt center Kanpur was led by Nana Sahib for losing of his emperor due to doctrine of lapses. Revolt center Lucknow was led by Begum Hazrat Mahal as she found that the British destroyed temples and masjid for infrastructure. British center Ara in Bihar was led by Kunwar Singh against the expansion of British rule, and finally, most famously, the revolt center Jhansi was led by Rani Lakshmibai Orfe Manikarnika Tambe with the help of Tatia Top for losing her emperor due to the similar case of doctrine of lapses. The Indian rebellion was ended with killing of Jhansi Ki Rani. As per various books, the rebellion was failed as every leader participated in revolt solely, not unitedly, and with different reasons. But it was a big jolt for the East India Company as well as the British Queen in United Kingdom. It was also called as the first war of independence by Vinayak Damodar Savarkar. This was the map of India during British Raj. The red color provinces were called British provinces and the yellow color provinces were called princely state ruled by the prince. Lord Canning, who was the last Governor General of India during the Indian Rebellion, appointed as the first Viceroy of India in 1858. After Canning, Lytton was appointed as next Viceroy. He was considered the worst Viceroy in India. His first action was bringing Vernacular Press Act, means Indian press cannot publish anything against British. Then he passed Indian Arms Act, means Indian cannot produce, sell or carry arms. Then came Ripon as the next Viceroy. Ripon was considered the most loved Viceroy in India. Just after taking charge, he abolished Vernacular Press Act and Arms Act. One of his crucial attempts was to bring Ilbert Bill. As per this bill, Indian judge can practice cases related to British in British court. But due to protest by the fellow colleagues, Ripon had to withdraw the bill. He passed the resolution of local self-government. Thus, he was also called as the father of local self-government. During the tenure of Lord Dufferin, Indian freedom struggle was officially started with the formation of First Indian National Congress in 1885 by Alan Octavian Hume. He was considered as the father of Indian National Congress. Congress had conducted many sessions across India starting from 1885 up to 1948. The first session at 1885 was held at Bombay and the president was Umesh Chandra Banerjee. The second session 1886 was held in Calcutta and the president was Dadabhai Nauroji. And third session 1887 was held in Madras and the president was Badruddin Tayyabi, the first Muslim president. Then Lord Curzon became the Viceroy of India. He was known for the controversial partition of Bengal into two parts, Eastern Bengal and Assam and West Bengal. Subsequently, anti-partition movement was started. This movement was led by Surendranath Banerjee. At that time, Congress was divided into two groups, extremists and moderates. Extremist group consists of Lala Rajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, Aurobindo Ghosh. And moderate group consists of Dadabhai Nauroji, Surendranath Banerjee, Badruddin Tayyabi, Feroz Shah. The demand of extremist group were nothing but complete independence. In the same time, Lala Hardayal started campaign in United States against the British rule in India. He formed Ghadar Party in 1913 at San Francisco, United States. There was a continued demand to include more Indians into the cabinet. Thus, the British government passed Indian Council Act 1909, popularly known as Minto-Morley Reforms 1909. According to these reforms, more Indian was included into the cabinet. Also, the number of members in the Central Legislative Council was raised from 16 to 60, as well as separate constituencies were marked for the Muslims. Then Harding too was appointed as the Viceroy of India. The first thing he did, he shifted the capital of India from Calcutta to Delhi in 1911. Then he arranged Delhi Darbar, a mass gathering to welcome King George V in India, who was recently elected as the new crown of Britain. There was a continuous tussle between Indian National Congress and Muslim League over the number of representative in the cabinet. As a result, Lucknow Pact was signed between Congress and Muslim League in 1916. From Congress, Bal Gangadhar Tilak signed the document, and from Muslim League, Muhammad Ali Jinnah signed the document. As per the pact, Muslims should be given one-third representation in the central government, and there should be separate electorate for all the communities, as well as executive should be separated from the judiciary. World War I started across Europe. The Indian freedom fighter took the advantage. Home Rule movement was started in India in 1916 under the leadership of Bal Gangadhar Tilak and Annie Besant. The agenda of the movement was Swaraj, means self-governance. As there was a continued growing demand by the Indian to participate in the cabinet ministry, the British government finally passed Government of India Act 1919, also called Montagu-Chelmsford Reform 1919. Under this act, there was a lower house, upper house, and at the top, the crown. Means introduction of diarchy system in the central. There was two type of list, reserved list and transferred list. Under reserved list, crown can only make law on important subjects like defense, communication, police, administration, etc. And under transferred list, local government can make law under least important subject like local governance, health, agriculture, etc. Finally, Mahatma Gandhi appeared in the freedom struggle of India. In 1915, he returned from South Africa. Just after reaching to India, Mahatma Gandhi engaged himself in consecutive three movements against British government. First, Champaran movement in 1916 against the indigo plantation. Then, in 1917, Khera movement against the crop failure and plague epidemic. And then, mill works movement in Ahmedabad due to low wages and poor working condition. Mahatma Gandhi also started the Rowlatt Satyagraha against the Rowlatt Acts, which is nothing but the violation of civil rights of the Indian citizen. Then the saddest day of India came in 13 April 1919, the Jalyan Wallabag massacre by the Sikh Army General Dyer. Thousands of innocent Indians were killed in a closed compound in Jalyan Wallabag. Rabindranath Tagore refused to accept the knighthood. The British government formed Hunter Commission to inquire about the incident. Simultaneously, Khilafat Movement was started in 1919 under the leadership of Maulana Muhammad Ali, Maulana Shaukat Ali, and Abul Kalam Azad. The reason behind the movement was due to capture of Ottoman Empire by Britain during World War I. Their demand was immediate release of the Ottoman Empire in Turkey and to protect the holy place of Turkey. In protest of Jalyan Wallabag massacre and Hunter Commission as well as Rowlatt Act, non-cooperation movement was started by none other than Mahatma Gandhi in 1920 in a non-violent way with an appeal to use 100% Swadeshi product like Khadi, Indian native school, college, university, and to boycott foreign product and English school, college. But a heartbreaking incident happened in Chauri Chaura, Uttar Pradesh, where the non-violent protester suddenly became violent, set ablaze a police station, killing 22 police personnel in the police station. After hearing the news, Gandhiji immediately withdrew the non-cooperation movement. Now come to the story of other national heroes of India. The Hindustan Socialist Republican Association was formed by Chandrasekhar Azad to conduct anti-British operation across India. Bhagat Singh later joined the association. Their first famous operation was looting of government money and arms from a train near the Kakuri railway station. At that time, the political situation was very unstable in the country. Thus, British government sent Simon Commission in 1927 to look into the political situation of India and suggest reform. But both Indian National Congress and Muslim League reject the commission because it was all-white commission and no Indian member present in the commission, and start protesting against the commission by saying, "Simon, go back." During the protest, famous freedom fighter Lala Rajpat Rai was killed due to lathi charge by a British police. After hearing this news, the angry Bhagat Singh first tried to kill a British officer, then he, along with Batukeshwar Datta, bombed inside the Indian legislature in a way so that there would be no casualty. The British police first arrested Bhagat Singh and Batukeshwar Datta, then Rajguru and Sukhdev was arrested from a arm factory. On the day of March 25, 1931, Bhagat Singh, Rajguru and Sukhdev was executed by the British police. In another part of undivided India, story of another national hero, Master the Surya Sen, the Bengal tiger. He, along with Prithilata Vaddedar and many others, looted the British army factory in Chittagong. To get rid of arrest from the British police, Prithilata Vaddedar committed suicide by taking potassium cyanide. Master the Surya Sen was arrested by the British police and finally executed after a long inhuman torture inside the jail. Here, Mahatma Gandhi started civil disobedience movement in 1930 along with march to Dandi village in Gujarat to produce salt from seawater in a Swadeshi way. He was followed by many freedom fighters, and amongst them the famous one was Sarojini Naidu. At that time, Gandhi signed two negotiation pacts. The Gandhi-Irwin Pact in 1931 between Gandhi and Irwin, and the Pune Pact in 1932 between Gandhi and Baba Saheb Ambedkar. As per Gandhi-Irwin Pact, Congress had to end the civil disobedience movement peacefully, and British government would release 19,000 prisoners. As per Pune Pact, Gandhi promised B.R. Ambedkar that there would be reservation on electoral seat for the deprived class in the legislature. We all knew British government first passed the Government of India Act 1919, but the act failed to fulfill the demand of the provincial minister as the crown had too much financial power, limiting the authority of ministers. Thus, after continued protest against this, finally British government passed the Government of India Act 1935, replacing the old act, thus increasing the power of provincial minister. Also proposed three lists: federal list where center can make law for 59 items, provincial list where provinces can make law for 54 items, and concurrent list where both center and provinces can make law. Now, World War II had started at Europe on 1939. In order to get support of the Indian political parties, British government sent a mission headed by Stafford Cripps on 1942 to unite all parties, means unite National Congress and Muslim League. But Muslim League made demand for Pakistan. Ultimately, Cripps' mission was failed. Failure of Cripps' mission led to start the Quit India movement on August 1942 by National Congress and Gandhiji. The movement started from Gwalior Tank Maidan in Mumbai. Gandhiji issued a call, "Do or die." Freedom fighter and politician Aruna Asif Ali hoisted national flag at Tank Maidan. Quit India movement was the most violent movement at that time. Government used air bombing to disperse masses. These movements posed a threat to the British government, but still unable to jolt the base of the government until the arrival of this man. Do I need to mention his name? He had the courage to involve in a direct war against the British government. Netaji initially kept under house arrest in Calcutta, India, but he managed to escape. Through Central Asia, Moscow, he reached Berlin, where he met with Hitler. Then went to Japan, talked to the Japan government about releasing of Indian soldiers arrested during World War II, formed Azad Hind Fauj with those soldiers at Malaysia. There were 5 main brigades in Azad Hind Fauj: Gandhi Brigade, Subhash Brigade, Azad Brigade, Nehru Brigade led by Colonel Gurubakh Singh Dhillon, and all-female Jhansi Ki Rani Brigade led by Rani Lakshmi Sehgal. Azad Hind Fauj attacked the British army near the northeast India, capturing that area and hoisted national flag. But ultimately they were defeated by the British army. This incident surely shaken the British government, and they started thinking about leaving India. At 1945 in Shimla, the government proposed formation of Executive Council. Congress claimed that they represented all the community and they could nominate Muslim member. But All India Muslim League rejected the demand and told only they had the right to nominate Muslim member. Subsequently, Shimla Conference also failed. Finally, British decided to leave India permanently. They passed Indian Independence Act 1947. As per this act, on the midnight of 15th August 1947, the dominions of India and Pakistan came into existence. British Parliament could not make any law in the territories of the Dominion. Thus, they sent Radcliffe to form Radcliffe Commission or Boundary Commission to draw the boundary between the new domain called Radcliffe Line. Mountbatten became the first Governor General of Free India and Jawaharlal Nehru became the first Prime Minister. So friend, this is all about the British period of India. If you like the discussion, please subscribe my channel, like the video and share the video. We will meet next time with a new topic. Thank you.